Where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. God has given us unlimited treasures in His Word. Every time we open it, we can discover a new treasure or admire an old one. What will we find today? Here's Carla Early with Treasure Hunt in the Word.
Yesterday we left Peter in jail, and the church gathered in prayer. What happened next is only believable because it's in the Bible, and we know the Bible's true. An angel appeared in Peter's jail cell. Just an angel and 3 men all chained together. The cell lit up with brightness, but the guards were oblivious, and Peter stayed sound asleep. The angel had to whack him just to wake him up. The chains fell off, but Peter thought he was in a dream. He obeyed the angel's instructions to get dressed and follow him, but the guards didn't try to stop him. Half asleep, he followed the angel out of the jail and into the street. Then, poof, the angel was gone, and Peter found himself alone in the middle of the city. Suddenly, he realized it wasn't a dream after all. He was free. For a moment, he just stood there talking to himself. He said, "Now I know for certain that the Lord has sent his angel and had delivered me from the hand of Herod and from all the expectation of the Jews." Then Peter headed to the house where the church members were still praying for him. I love God's sense of humor in including the details of this next scene. It's like one of his little inside jokes with us. Let's put a little holy imagination to it, shall we? Everyone's solemnly praying when there's a knock on the door. A few faces look up in annoyance or curiosity, but only the servant girl, Rhoda, in the back of the room, leaves to check the door. She slips outside and approaches the outer gate. "Who is it?" she calls timidly. It didn't sound like soldiers, but one never knew when they might show up and arrest the whole lot of them. "It's Peter, Rhoda," a voice whispers. She recognizes it immediately. "Peter?" "Yes, let me in." But Rhoda didn't hear. Joy-filled, she abandoned Peter, who would most likely have preferred the relative safety of the house than the open street, and she ran to tell the others. As she burst into the prayer meeting, annoyed faces look up at her. "Peter's at the gate," she blurts. "The girl's crazy," someone says. Mary, embarrassed at her servant's outburst, tries to guide her out of the room, but Rhoda insists, "It's Peter. I heard his voice. He's out there at the gate." "Mary, you must be working this girl too hard," one jokes. "It must be his ghost," a pessimistic soul laments. They find it easier to believe that Peter had been killed, and it's his spirit visiting them, than that God had answered their prayers. "No, it's really him," Rhoda insists. "Listen, he's still knocking." Everyone's silent for a moment. "Well, there's certainly someone out there," Mary agrees, and bustles out to check, a few curious church members trailing behind. Sure enough, when Mary opens the gate, there's Peter. Amazed, everyone talks at once. "Peter, how did you get out? We were just praying for you. Is it really you? Did Herod have a change of heart?" Peter holds up his hand for quiet and shoos everyone inside before telling them the story of how the Lord sent an angel to lead him out of prison. The prayer service turns into a praise service, and everyone rejoices together. What is our reaction when God does something amazing in our lives? Are we shocked, or at least surprised? Do we stop and give God glory, or shrug it off as coincidence? Think of specific prayers God has answered for you. The more specific you are, the more likely you are to see God working, even if He does it in a way that was different than what you thought. What are your responses to His answers?
You can contact us at treasurehuntintheword@gmail.com. We'd love to hear the treasures God has given you through His Word. You can listen to other episodes at our website, which you can find in the description below. Thanks for listening, and remember, where your treasure is, there will your heart be also.